Hey everybody, this is Derek for the Grumpy Guy Show, talking about episode number 95, Microsoft Knows Best, recorded on Tuesday, May 25th, 2023. Tonight's topics: the first AI, the mayor is in Idaho, searching, and sanctuary cities. Stick around, it's a pretty good episode. Good evening everybody, welcome to the Grumpy Guy Show. I'm Derek McAllister.
I'm Ryan McAllister.
So, got some good news for everybody. Got everything caught up on YouTube, so I appreciate the patience that you might have had with that if you were waiting for it. But starting with this week, the video will be posted to both Spotify and YouTube, so yay! And we actually had a comment on YouTube.
Oh,
yes, said that he enjoyed the. Let me read the comment. First time watcher here. Nice talk. Cool. So I hope that's a sign of things to come. We are up to 5 subscribers now, which is more than we have on Spotify. So yay!
Wow.
Yeah, hopefully
we're getting somewhere.
Hopefully we get someplace. You know, it's. I'm hoping that starting now, since we'll be putting new episodes up in both places at the same time, that we'll get a little bit more traction. I'm not going to stop posting on Spotify, so anybody who's listening or watching through there, keep going. But you'll have a big benefit if you're a YouTube premium subscriber, because you'll get no ads. Where I think on Spotify you get ads. I don't know, unless you're a subscriber. And that's
unless you have Spotify Premium.
Yeah, that's why I don't know if you get ads or not, because I subscribe to Spotify. But so enough of that. Hopefully we continue to grow. Anybody on YouTube watching, listening, give us a subscribe. I don't care so much. You don't like, you don't want to hit like. Don't hit like. Subscribe though, because that way we know we're doing something right. So, 3 topics tonight, folks. Don't know how long they're going to take. Just some. Well, one usual suspect on there, but we'll save that one for last.
Oh, we're saving it for last?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, let's get into our first topic here. So, last week, I can't remember, so 6 days ago, so it had to be Thursday? Wednesday, Thursday, something like that. The morning news it had to be Thursday, because I wouldn't have seen it on, no, wait. Shoot. Now I can't remember. Anyhow, whatever. So the morning news has financial analysts come on and give you little money tips here and there or whatever.
Money in your pocket minute.
Yeah, money in your pocket is what they call the segment. But so he decided, for some stupid reason, that he was going to talk about the new AI, ChatGPT, that came out.
Mm-hmm.
What this has to do with money, I have no clue. No idea at all.
I mean, it's free.
Yeah, it's free. But here's the thing, and this is what really annoys me. He said the first AI was released just 6 months ago. Wait,
that doesn't seem right.
So, anybody who looks at what the podcast art that I've been using, it's not the podcast art. The podcast art is designed by Bradley Parker. The episode art is done using an AI art. So I can't remember exactly when it was that I first started it, but it was more than 6 months ago that I started doing this. And I'm trying to look. Yeah, of course I'm not going to see it. But it was more than 6 months ago that I started doing this. And I'm like, so this guy is being really clueless and deciding that he's going to tell us that AI, which, by the way, folks, 20, almost 30 years ago, I took an AI course in college. So AI it's been out for longer than 6 months, okay? I don't know where he got his information.
He's old. He doesn't understand technology.
I'm pretty sure the guy's younger than I am, so. But
well, then he's rich. He doesn't understand stuff like that.
That could be. But, to make a blanket statement that AI was released just 6 months ago is so dense, it's not even funny. An interactive AI.
That movie came out in 1998.
Oh my. So you better say the name
Stanley
of the movie.
Kubrick's last movie.
You better say the name of the movie.
AI.
Alrighty. So, let's go back even further than that. The concept of AI. Guess what? That came out back with Terminator.
Probably even before then.
That's the first one I recall. But, it certainly could have been. But, I'm just like, 6 months ago. If you wanted to say that the first interactive AI came out 6 months ago, I'd have a little bit more, that's a bit more plausible. Mm-hmm. And the whole point that he was trying to make was how fast the use of this has grown. Because, he was talking about how quickly Google search gained 6 million users, what was it, 100 million users or something like that, and how quickly Facebook got there and how quickly Twitter got there. And I'm like, okay, so you're not comparing apples to apples because you're looking at social networks that require you to sign up. Yeah, and I can't even, it might not even been Google search that he had in there. It might have been Gmail. But, you're required to sign up and give information to use these services. With this Chat GPT, I don't believe that you are. You just go there and use it.
No, you have to create an account. Okay.
So I guess in that way it is a little bit similar, but a little bit. It's not a social media thing.
It's not.
You can't compare it to social media. You can't even, even if it was Gmail that he was talking about, you can't compare it to Gmail. Completely different thing. Gmail was not the first email available.
You can't use it to contact other people.
Yeah. I'm just like, okay. Maybe do a little research before you open your mouth about something like that.
Research?
Yeah, research.
What the hell is research?
I don't know. I guess I've been watching too much news. I'm picking up on their horrible speech patterns. If I start emphasizing, funky words in a sentence, then try to make everything overly dramatic. Mm-hmm. He claimed that it was 6 months ago. That's how the news anchors would do it. 6 months ago.
6 months ago.
But I was just like, come on, it's just ridiculous. Mm-hmm. But that's why I'm kind of like, yeah, okay, well, the news it's a source of complaints.
It always is.
Source of things to gripe about, it's makes things fun. So anyhow, what do you say we slide into the next topic?
Ooh, good transition there.
It's hilarious because at work we have a daily meeting, and the guy who leads it, he's always, so we're going to jump into this, and then we're going to jump into that. And I instant messaged one of my coworkers, and I said, "Boy, I didn't know we were getting exercise with this meeting." And then
you've told the story before.
He switched it up today. Today we were diving. Dive!
Well, let's just jump into it.
Yeah. So the next story. I'm pretty sure we've talked about Micron and the fact that they're coming here to the Syracuse area.
Are they coming to Syracuse?
Yeah, they're building. They're building, or they're investing $100 billion into this, which
they sponsored commencement at OCC recently.
Yeah. Cause OCC is one of their partner places. They're setting. That's
what I was saying.
Yeah, they're setting up a clean room or a clean room training facility or something like that. I don't know, but at any rate, so I don't know why, but they've got the county executive out there at their world headquarters in Idaho, and I'm just like, okay, well, you already signed the deal. What's he doing out there? Besides wasting taxpayer money, which
probably wasting his own time.
Yeah, but to me, I mean, it doesn't really matter. I don't live in Onondaga County, so I'm not paying those taxes.
Not my problem.
Yeah, but where it does become a problem is the fact that Onondaga County gets money from the state. So yeah, it is somewhat my taxes, but not nearly as much. Mm-hmm. But what really got me confused, because, all right, so where this Micron plant is going is, it's about 20-25 minutes outside of Syracuse. And what got me confused with the fact that, the county executive is out there, which, I sort of understand. I mean, to a point, it is going to be in Onondaga County. But as I just said, it's about 25-30 minutes outside of Syracuse. The Syracuse mayor is there. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, what's the mayor doing there? What is I mean, seriously, what's the point of that? That is complete and total waste of money. Because it's coming to
Syracuse.
No, it's coming to Clay. The town of Clay doesn't even border the city of Syracuse.
But they keep saying it's coming to Syracuse.
Yeah. And I kind of think this goes back to, I mean, it's been talked about for a very long time, where they want to just make the entire county be considered the city. Mm-hmm. And the reason they want to do that is pretty simple. I mean, 60% of the tax revenue from the county, 60% that they generate, goes to the city, which has roughly 40% of the population.
Doesn't every county just want to be entirely its biggest city?
No. And the numbers that I just told you, as far as the city is roughly 40% of the population, that's the reason that it hasn't actually passed. Because you've got 40% of the population saying, yes, let's do this, yes. And then you got 60% saying, oh, hell no. But...
more like 59%. Yeah. There's like 1% going, what?
Yeah, it's that one dentist.
That's the one dentist. That's what he's up to. He has no idea what's going on.
Yeah. He's just brushing his teeth with his own toothbrush and his own toothpaste. Mm-hmm. It's the special toothpaste.
And he's just going, there's something going on?
I don't use that toothpaste. I've
never even heard of that brand.
Yeah. But, I found it really, really odd. I mean, they've already signed the deal, so Micron's coming. Plain and simple.
To Syracuse.
Coming. Yeah. But I mean, so what's the point of all of these people going out there? I get the news coverage because, they've got to cover the news and say, hey, this is kind of what's going to happen with all of this. So I get that. But I don't get the politicians being out there. The time for the politicians to be out there touring things is done. Now it's just a waste of taxpayer dollars. And on top of that, all of these politicians are, we got to go green. Let me fly all the way from the East Coast out to the Northwest. Yeah, that's good. It's not like
great.
It's not like it's an electric plane that they're flying in. And you certainly know that they're not driving electric vehicles out there because that'd take them 2 weeks to get out there and another 2 to get back. But, it's not just that the politicians are out there. These politicians are constantly surrounded by security. Constantly. Which means, security team is out there. But on top of the security team being out there, there was a team that went out ahead of time to make sure everything was arranged and safe for these politicians to go out there. I mean, this is such a huge waste of money, and this is exactly why we're sitting here with, the government saying, how are we going to pay for our bills?
Let's see. I don't know.
Yeah, let's just, we'll just make it so we can spend more. It's all right.
Raise the debt ceiling.
Don't worry about it. I mean, we keep, I'm not saying that we shouldn't be helping Ukraine, at least some, but we've given them so much money. And now here we are, we're struggling. These politicians can't come to a deal on how to raise the spending limit. And I'm just like, you gotta be kidding me. And that kind of brings up another topic as far as politics. And I'll have to add it in because this is one that's bothering me a bit. So most of the counties, all right, so everybody knows that Title 42 came to an end, and there's all kinds of migrants that are crossing, and the federal government was expecting up to 10,000 people to cross per day or some crap like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's all over the news, and that's really not what I'm complaining about. What I'm complaining about is you get cities, these big cities that want to prove that they're something special or whatever, such as New York City, say, we'll take them. Send them here. We'll take them. And then what they do is they say, we're only going to bring them in so that, it looks good for our politics. And we're going to ship them all over the rest of the state. So here's the problem with it. They're sending it to these places that did not say, hey, we're going to be a sanctuary city. Such as Syracuse. And, a lot of the surrounding counties have actually put executive orders in place to say, do not accept immigrants at this point because we cannot handle it. We do not have the staff to handle a major influx.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, what the hell? And what kills me is you're not seeing on the national networks, they're not saying, they're not talking about how these sanctuary cities are just accepting these people and then shipping them out. No. What they talk about is when somebody like DeSantis ships them someplace. Because he's told them to go home. And it's not just DeSantis. Don't get me wrong. There's other states that are doing this saying, hey, you guys need to turn around and go home. We're not accepting you. And, nobody on the national news is covering any of that. I'm sorry, they're covering that. They're covering the fact that DeSantis is saying, and I'm just using him as an example because, like I said, there's other states that are doing the same thing.
There are plenty of other states.
They're taking these migrants and they're saying, hey, you know what? The only thing we can afford to do is ship them to one of these sanctuary cities. So, they cover that, but they don't cover the fact that these sanctuary cities are just saying, oh yeah, bring them here, we'll take them, and then shoving them off on everybody else.
Yeah.
The claim is, oh, New York City's going to pay for this. Well, yeah, right.
Sure they are.
New York City's not going to pay for this. These sanctuary cities, when they ship them off to other places, they're not going to pay for that crap. They're
it's up to us to pay for them.
Yeah, they're going to say, oh, well, here you go. Because the whole key is they're going to pay for them for up to 4 months. Who's going to pay after that 4 months? Yeah, exactly. It's not like the federal government's going to kick the money in. The federal government doesn't have it because they're worried about spending too much.
Debt ceiling.
Yeah. So I'm just like, we gotta figure this out. And we can't figure it out when we've got all this squabbling. And it's not like you're talking about Democrats versus Republicans, because as we've said many, many times, New York City is very heavy Democrat. Believe their mayor is a Democrat.
He is.
And so is the county executive for Onondaga County. So, we're not talking bickering between parties here. We're talking...
It's bickering between regions.
Yeah, and it's not so much that, because...
Urban versus rural.
Well, Syracuse is a city, so it is urban. It's not nearly as big as New York City, but it's still a city. And they're shipping them to other... I mean, I only know about, the counties in this area. I don't know. Rochester might be saying, no, we're not taking anybody.
Yep.
But, Oneida County, it's got a couple of big cities in it. It's got the city of Oneida. I think it's the city of Oneida. But it's also got Rome. And Utica might be in Oneida County also. But, Utica is almost as big as Syracuse.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean...
I didn't actually know that.
Yeah. It's a pretty good-sized city. It's not as big, but it's still a pretty good-sized city. But, it doesn't matter. I mean, these sanctuary cities are just shoving the things off, and nobody's reporting that. Except for the local news, because the local news is talking to these guys. And one of the things...
The local station.
Yeah. One of the things that that the county executive said was, look, we've committed to taking refugees from Afghanistan and Ukraine. We've committed to that. They are our priority because they're coming here legally. Unlike all of these people who are being shipped up here with against our choice, they're being sent up here. They're illegal immigrants. They cross the border without following the proper procedures. That's the only reason these people from Afghanistan and Ukraine aren't here yet, because they're following the proper procedures. And this is another problem.
Proper procedures take 1,000,000 years.
It takes a little while, yeah. And this is one of the problems with the way things work. It just shows another example of you do things wrong and you are better off than doing things right. It's the way that this country works, and it's horrible.
It is.
But
it's not like things are going to change.
No, it's not likely to change just because, I mean, seriously, again, it goes back to that revolution that I keep saying is going to end up happening.
Mm-hmm.
Sooner or later, we've got to figure it out. How it's figured out is, that's a matter of how easily we can change the politicians that are in there. We can't expect the fat cat rich people who get rich off of these things to make laws that make it so that they can't continue to get rich. But
we gotta find a way to get them out.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it's just like every election that I've ever been involved with or had the opportunity to be in and vote
participate in.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. It's always come down to
the lesser of two evils.
The lesser of two evils. Yeah, unfortunately, it's not. I mean, they claim, they throw all kinds of claims out there, and they never follow through, and they always have an excuse why they can't follow through.
And to me, the last presidential election was equal evils. You've got the racist old white guy versus the racist old white guy.
Yeah.
Difference is, one's better at hiding his racism than the other.
Yeah.
A lot better at hiding it.
Yeah, I guess. But
that's why he won and the other guy lost.
Yeah, it's very, very possible, but all right, so what do you say we get to the last topic that was there ahead of time?
Yep, the old friend.
Yes, the old friend. So, once more, I'm going to complain about Windows.
Here we go again.
Yes, and I'm not talking about Windows that you look through. I'm talking about Microsoft Windows. So, I've with Windows 10 and Windows 11, I've always been annoyed when and actually on my search or on my taskbar, I removed the search bar because you use it and it automatically, number one, ignores your preferred browser and uses Bing.
Yeah, it does that.
But number two, if you're searching for a file or an application that's on your computer, you have to wait for it to load all of its stupid little news articles before it'll actually start searching. And, I was always like, this is just stupid. And I don't use it that often, so not that big a deal. Well, then I saw an article, and I'll put a link in the notes, which I got to say something about YouTube there in a second, but I'll put a link in there on how to turn it off.
Link in the description below.
Yeah. Right down there, or maybe it'll be over here. But
or maybe we'll put it in a card up here.
No, I'm not that fancy.
No?
No. But at any rate, so I saw this article and I was like, okay, that's cool. Tells you how to turn it off. But this is the problem I have. You can turn it off, but you can't do it easily. You have to edit the registry, which, if you do it wrong, can cause your computer to be worthless and unusable. I'm like, why can't you just put a stupid little toggle in there? Oh, that's right, because you get money every time somebody searches. It annoys me. Make stuff easy. That's really all that I ask for, is make something easy. Windows, it's supposed people use it because, it just works. I mean, I know that's Macintosh's not Macintosh, iOS. It just works. I know that's their freaking crap, but the whole thing, Windows is supposedly easy and it just works out of the box and whatever. Well, yeah, if you don't care about the fact that they're telling you what it is that you want. You want us to search the internet for you. No, I don't. You know, if you want to actually have control, well, you know, because 10 people at Microsoft wanted it, and their executives, everybody wants it.
Corporate executives wanted it.
Yeah.
That explains everything.
Yeah. You know, and I find it really, really annoying, and I have to remember to send this to myself at work, and hopefully I can change it there too, but I don't know. It just... Seriously, Microsoft. Make things easy. Anything that can be changed, make a little toggle switch for it. Or if it's not a toggle switch, make it a little drop-down selection menu. You know? It's not that difficult. Alrighty, folks. So I'm sure you've heard that music starting up.
Good night.
We'll see ya.